Hi everyone, it's Marisa from BumblebeeApothecary.com, and today I'd like to do a video that has been requested by a lot of you showing what I buy from Azure. So this will be along the lines of a GAPS shopping list, so to speak, from Azure Standard, which is one of my favorite places to get really high quality food. Okay, so here I am on the Azure website. I have a favorites list saved here of things that I like to order a lot, and so I will go through here and just check for anything that I need that is out of stock, that I'm running low on, or that I need to buy. Now this does change a little bit seasonally, just depending on what we're growing. What's available from Azure does change a little bit seasonally there as well. So it's not always exactly the same, but I'm going to go through and just show you a lot of my favorite stuff here. Yeah, we don't do chocolate a ton, but they have some good options for that if we do, but I'm not doing that right now. And then one of my favorites are the soaps. So there's some dish soap. It's all natural, fragrance free. It's really concentrated and it works really well. That's something that I buy quite often. There's also their dishwasher powder. It's a really great option for that. It can be hard to find a automatic dishwasher detergent that is both non-toxic and works really well, and this one does. I usually get the big bucket because it's the best deal and it lasts a long time. Another thing that we'll sometimes get diatomaceous earth for gardening. Not really doing beans. On most of the time we don't really do beans, just in general. That's just us. You can do properly prepared beans on GAPS, but we just find it's not something we really go to that much. When I'm doing flour and baking, this is a really good place to get grains, but let's try to keep this mostly GAPS. This is definitely my favorite place for getting truly raw nuts like almonds. It can be really hard to find almonds that are not pasteurized or heat treated at all, and Azure is a great place to get those. Let's go on. There's also a couple other nuts that I'll sometimes get here. Again, some more chocolate things I just have saved, but I don't typically, use and buy on a regular basis. And then there is some spices. This is one of my favorite places to buy spices. The garlic powder and onion powder are things that I'll get quite a bit. And then I don't have a lot of other spices saved here, but anytime I'm out of something like parsley, nutmeg, cinnamon, anything like that, this is my favorite place to buy them. And I have reusable spice jars and I just fill them up. And then continuing on here, I've gotten these kelp granules before. They're for animals, but we use them in detox baths. Seaweed is one of the things that Dr. Natasha recommends for detox baths, and this I found is a really great option for that. Sometimes we'll do things like lentils or split peas, not on a regular basis though. And then here's some more spices: pepper, ground pepper, or peppercorns. Again, this is my grains and flours I have from when I do that kind of stuff, but let's keep this more on GAPS here. Here's my favorite vanilla extract. It does not have sugar in it, so it's perfect for GAPS. It's organic and it has great flavor. And then this is also one of my favorite places to get the raw apple cider vinegar. This is a great option. It's organic, raw with the mother, and you can get it in big 1 gallon or even 5 gallon buckets. We'll do that for getting it to add to our chicken water, since we go through quite a bit of it for that, but it's perfect for hair rinses, cooking, salad dressings, whatever. This is one of the fresh produce items that I love getting from Azure, because organic garlic can be either harder to find in the grocery stores sometimes, or pretty expensive, and this is a great deal. Very high quality. I've been really happy with it. I've gotten it quite a few times. And onions too are another thing that I really like getting from Azure. Great deal. I usually get a big 40-pound box of them, and that lasts a couple months. And then I've gotten turnips from there before. And then the Celtic Gray sea salt. This is my favorite place to buy that as well. And then I have a few other things that I just have saved here, but I don't buy too often. This is another option for the vanilla in case the other one was out of stock, but I don't usually get this one. Usually opt for the other one that I showed you first. Again, everything that I'm talking about here, I'm going to have linked in the description box down below so you can find the exact products that I'm talking about, and that way you have your own little Gaps themed Azure shopping list that you can go to. I have some chicken backs here. I bought these one time just because we were in between our own chicken and I needed something to make chicken meat stock, and those worked really well for that. There's a few other things that I really like getting from Azure, like this toasted sesame oil. And then for sure, butter. So my favorite, I have a few different ones saved here because they're sometimes out of certain butters, but my favorite is this one right here, the Grazier's vat cultured European style butter. I get unsalted because I want to be more in control of what salt we're eating, you know, the quality of it, and that way we can just add salt to what we're doing. And it's grass fed. It's really nice butter. That's my favorite. They don't always have all the butter choices in stock, like I said, so sometimes I'll go to this other Rumiano one, which is also grass fed. I'll try to do the unsalted usually. But butter is a big one for Azure. I always get that. And then, another thing that I like to get from Azure is the raw cheese. It looks like this one's out of stock right now. They have a few other options though, so I'd probably go look at what else they have in stock. But that really, for the most part, is what I end up getting from Azure. So some big things are butter, spices, things like vanilla, just like pantry staple type stuff that's so much higher quality and then a lot better prices than you can find at like local health food stores or something like that. A few different produce items, the apple cider vinegar, grains when we're doing that, but again we're trying to keep this a little bit more Gaps themed. The kelp granules for the detox baths. Some more spices and nuts, especially the raw nuts, and then our soaps. Okay, I hope that you found that helpful, seeing what I like to buy on a regular basis from Azure. That is really helpful when you're trying to follow something like the Gaps diet. Again, feel free to look around on there. They have so many other options than what I just showed you from my favorites list. It just depends on, like, if you're not growing your own meat or have local farmers that you're buying it from, they can be a really good place to get other cuts of meat. You can get a lot more produce items from them. We just tend to grow more of that ourselves or buy it from local farms, but they have so many great options, so spend some time looking around, and I hope that seeing what I like to buy on a regular basis was really helpful. Check out that description box for links to my favorite things that I buy from them on a regular basis. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with anybody else who you think would like it. And if you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I get out 2 new videos every week on nourishing recipes and natural living. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.